Hi guys, welcome to Econometrics. We're going to look at estimating the single equation cointegration using eviews, and this time we're looking at the Engle-Granger test approach. Last time we discussed the Johansen cointegration test, which was designed for multivariate systems, like more than 2 equation models, and also we're looking at the Engle-Granger two-step method, which is designed for 2 variables or single equation. Now the Engle-Granger conjugation test, the stationarity of the residuals obtained from a static OLS conjugating regression. And the second one is that the Engle-Granger conjugation test is mainly for single equation model, unlike that of Johansen cointegration, which is for multiple equation model. The third one is that the Engle-Granger test assumes a null hypothesis of no cointegration. Before we carry out an Engle-Granger conjugation test, we have 2 things to keep in mind. The first one is that we must import our data to eviews, and we had demonstrated that in our first video posted on the 22nd of March 2025. The next step is to make sure that our variables are stationary at first difference or integrated to order of 1 to order 1 using the augmented Fuller test or the Philipperon test, or both of them. And we had demonstrated that in the video posted on the 23rd of March 2025. So we will now go to eviews to see how we can estimate a single equation cointegration using the Engle-Granger test approach. Okay, now we're using 2 variables today, which is GDP and revenue. So we have to first of all ascertain the stationarity of GDP. You click on view, go to unit root, on standard unit root, you click on level for the ADF, you click OK. GDP is not stationary at level because the probability value of 0.9897 is greater than 0.05. They will now test for stationarity at first difference. Yes, so the GDP is stationary at first difference because the probability value of 0.0185 is less than 0.05. I repeat again, the probability value of 0.0185 is less than 0.05. So GDP is stationary at first difference. Okay, we've gotten that. We now go to government revenue. Let's look at the stationarity. You click on view, unit root, then we go to standard unit root, you click on level, and we click OK. Government revenue is not significant at levels because the probability value of 0.9984 is greater than the significance level of 0.05. Okay, let us check for stationarity at first difference. Unit root, standard unit root, go to first difference, click OK. Yes, government revenue is stationary at first difference because the probability value of 0.0022 is less than 0.05. So now that we have ascertained that GDP and government revenue are stationary at first difference, we now move to estimate or conduct a cointegration analysis using the Engle-Granger approach. So we now click view. We go to cointegration tests. We click on single equation cointegration tests. Do not forget that you have to group the data. The stationarity test we did was individual, GDP individual, then government revenue at individual levels. But once you want to do a single equation conjugation test, you have to group them. If you don't know how to group them, all you have to do is to go to quick, you go to group statistics, you go to empty group, and then you put in your variable. You can go to group members, and then you put in you can add. You right click, you add, you write a GDP, you click enter, and you right click again and you click add, then you put the revenue and you press enter, you see, and then when you you click the spreadsheet, you see the group data. So that is that. So we'll now move on to our table, our group data, to estimate the single equation cointegration using Engle-Granger approach. We'll now click on view. We'll go to cointegration tests. You see Johansen system cointegration test. You see single equation cointegration test. So you click on single equation cointegration test. Okay, you now see the test method Engle-Granger and Philip Ulloris. So we choose Engle-Granger. We choose Engle-Granger. Okay, then we now click on, for the last specification, we click fixed user specified, and we leave it like that. You don't touch it, you leave it like that, like one. We will now move towards the right side, equation specification. The trend specification, leave it at constant, at level at constant, leave it at constant. Then for deterministic regressors, leave it there. Then you come to any other additional trend, you click on linear trends, and you click OK. Can you see that? Can you see? If we look at the Engle-Granger cointegration test, you can see that the probability value of 0.0074 is less than 0.05. This shows that GDP is what? Significant.